Hello and welcome to the Hooked on Needles Craftcast. My name is Maricela, or Mari if you prefer. Today is March 8th, 2019, and this is episode 39. Yay! Hello everyone, I hope you're doing well. It is nice to see you again. It has been a while, although I know I don't see you, but you know what I mean. I hope you're all doing well. I really do mean that. I have a bit of stuff to show you. So let's jump in. First, I will show you some crocheted items, which are all amigurumis, because as you didn't know, if you didn't know, I am amigurumi obsessed. So I made a milk cup and a coffee cup, and they're happy to see us. And then I also made this cute little planter with some violets. This pattern I got off of Ravelry from the Yarn Blossom boutique. She's got some beautiful patterns. This one was free. She does have some that are paid for, so depending on what you end up liking, you may get a free pattern or you may end up wanting to buy it. But yeah, all of her stuff is so adorable. So I made this. I'm calling her a she is going on my little display that I change out for the month or the season, depending on whether I have something to change it to or not. And this one will be representing spring. The only thing I would change if I were to make this again is I would put the violets a bit closer together, because in her in the picture, the violets are much closer together and more towards the center, and I ended up like spreading them out quite a bit. So I would change that if I make it again. But other than that, it's adorable, so cute, as all amigurumis are, and like I've said before, they just light up your day, so yay. And then I have quite a bit of socks to show you, and by quite a bit I mean 3. I finally finished the toe up totem socks that I made for my niece. These were on the needles almost a year, but I feel like that was my own fault. I was getting too much in my own head about the difficulty level of these, because I was thinking lace, and lace is supposed to be hard and difficult, and I'm not going to be able to do it, and I need to concentrate. And I think I said it in a lot of the episodes, like, oh, I need to sit and concentrate. But really, I just needed to get over myself and say, yes, you got this, do it. And so I did, and it didn't take very long to finish them once I decided to do it. I do have 2 pairs of socks right here, or a pair of socks. And I didn't knit them very long on the cuff either. She's a petite young woman, so I didn't want them to overwhelm her in the length and stuff, but yet I wanted her to be able to show them off. She is very knit worthy. As you know, I had made her some leg warmers, and she did ask for some for this year, so I will have to get on that as well. But I think I'm going to end up mailing these to her, because I don't see her very often. So we will see. And then I also, these 2, I have 2 more pairs to show you, and they are both from Ambrose Smith, the designer, and they did a collection inspired by Agatha Christie and her novels. And so I bought the bundle at some point. I don't know if it was a bundle, or maybe I just went crazy and decided to buy all 4 patterns. I don't know, but I was browsing through my library on Ravelry, and I found these, and I was like, oh, I'm gonna knit those, and then I found another one that I liked, and they both happen to be from Ambrose. So these are the little paddocks socks. These are worked from the cuff down. I didn't make them very long, but that is okay. I love this yarn. This yarn is so beautiful. I think once it's on, you are able to appreciate the pattern. So I do like that. And I used yarn from Yarn Habits in the Taz colorway. She does have an Etsy shop. But I think you can also find some of her yarns at a couple local yarn stores around the country in the US. So I would recommend you ask your yarn store if they have her or not. But yeah, I really enjoyed it. And what I really liked about Ambrose's patterns is that they have them both as written instructions and grafted instructions. So if you are learning either or, then they are helpful because you have the other one to kind of help you and guide you through your new learning process, I guess. And so the second pair that I made from Ambrose is the Damson Gin pattern, and this is such a lovely sock. I just love it. I love it because this is a stitch I had never done before, and it just pops so nicely in the colors. And you could just do like a solid color and it would still look beautiful. I went with this. This is Madeline Taj, and this one's actually worked from the toe up. So I also like that too, that they give you both toe up and cuff down socks. So depending on what type of knitter you are, or if you want to try the different way, they give you both choices. Not all of them have instructions for both knit up or toe down, just to clear that up. Like the pattern will either say it's knit from the cuff down or toe up. So do pay attention to that. But it has this picot edging here, which the way that you make them, it blew my mind, because I thought that the only way to make picots was to basically do like a chain and then, you know, connect it again. No, that is not the only way you make picots. Never in my life did I think I would learn a different way to make picots, but you do, and it's very clearly written. And they do have you do an elastic so that you can fit the sock over your heel and everything. The only thing that I changed in the pattern is that the pattern called for a short row heel that resembled the Fish Lips Kiss heel a lot, and I don't find that heel appealing to me. I feel like it doesn't give my heel enough space. So I went with Megan Williams' OMG heel because I just love that heel. Thank you so much, Ross, from the Smells Like Yarn podcast, because he talks about it all the time. And I'm so glad that he told us about it, because I love it. I love this heel. So yeah, that was the only thing that I changed. Everything else, and I didn't knit the leg as far because I don't like super long socks. But I do have two of them. They are all done. I usually knit my socks on 2mm needles, but these I knit on 2.5mm because it did say that because of the stitch pattern, it could tighten up a bit, so going with a little bit larger needles was recommended. But you know, it's up to you. If you are a loose knitter, maybe you don't need it. But anyway, so yay, I have a pair of socks, and I am just super thrilled because I have more to put into my box of socks, because the other day a really bad thing happened where I had to wear store-bought socks. You know, as a knitter, we're like, are you kidding me? I can't believe you did that. But I had to. I totally forgot to wash all of my hand knitted socks, and I had to resort to wearing some from the store. So I am determined to no longer have to deal with that and just have hand knitted socks. So I am really, really hoping to get these done and get some more pairs in my, I do keep my socks in a box. It's nothing to do with anything else. So I just really want to fill it up and, you know, not wear hand store-bought socks. Not hand store-bought. Store-bought socks. Anyways. And then I also got the sewing bug because I really want to be better at it, and the only way I'm going to get better is if I actually do it. Although I don't feel confident enough to do anything besides bags right now, I've decided to make bags. So I started off by making some small ones. And I found a video on YouTube that had this closure, which I think is amazing because I really like to walk and knit, and I feel like this is perfect for that purpose. And it also acts as a divider, so if I wanted to do 2 at a time, then I could have one strand coming in out from each side, and then that would work. And this is actually my best bag. This one, the sides lined up perfectly. It is so pretty. This is my son's favorite bag. He said this one was the one he liked a lot. And then I decided to make one a little bit bigger. And so I made this one. And this one lined up fine on one side and was a little off on the other. A tiny bit off. But still usable and beautiful. And for the lining, I just use like a plain cream color, or I don't know what color you call that, but it's very, very simple because I also don't think I'm a good chooser of colors that go together. Like I just feel like I would make a bad choice to put another color in there. And so I feel like this is just like the safe way to go, which is a little ironic to say that it's the safe choice because you can really see your stitches on this type of fabric. So is it safe or is it dangerous? I don't know. But then I wanted to make some more because I wanted to try different closures. And so I made this one that just has some handles, and then I was gonna leave it like that, and my husband was like, don't you want the division thing? Why don't you put a little snap on there? And so I did. I put a little cam snap on there. And I love it. It is adorable. I think I did a pretty good job. Like I said, one side I did really good with the lineups, and then the other side I didn't. I don't know why. I don't know if that has to do with my cutting or when I line it up, I'm like going off because one side's really nice and the other one isn't. So I don't know. Anyways, and then I made another one with a different closure, which is a drawstring bag. And all of these would be medium size if you get them on Etsy. They would be considered medium size. So you can fit 200 gram balls in here. And for the small one, you can only fit 100-gram or 250-gram balls. But anyway, so I did this one, and I just used some stuff that I had. I was hoping I had some cord, but I didn't. So I just put this ribbon in there. I do want to change it once I get some cord, but I really, really liked the way this one came out. I love all of them, don't get me wrong, but I do think this one ended up being my favorite. So I do really like it. And I'm getting my practice in, so I think I'm going to be making some more bags just to kind of get the rhythm going, and getting more comfortable with the machine, and with my, you know, boosting my confidence and kind of, yes, I can do this. So I'm excited. I will have plenty of bags for plenty of projects. And then I also made another small one, which is this one here. And like I said, this one can hold 250-gram balls. And so in this one, I'm actually holding my husband's socks, which now we will jump into works in progress, which is my husband's socks. And let me just show you what I mean about this being the separator, because I have one sock coming out of one side and the other one out of the other. And then, you know, if you were doing 2 at a time, you could keep it straight better. But anyway, so these are my husband's socks. I stopped working on them because I need him to try them on to see if it is ready for the heel. I am using Paint & Crochet, the woodsy color. Sorry. It is a lovely, lovely color. I'm using 2 50-gram balls. I hope I have enough for the entire sock, because he does like his cuff rather long. I don't, but he does. So hopefully I have enough yardage in there. And I am simply doing a 3x1 rib on the top, and then the sole is just stockinette. This is my favorite rib. I love doing it. And surprisingly, I am fine. These are like working up a lot faster than the ones last year that I made for my brother-in-law. I don't know if after like doing the socks for everybody last year, I just kind of now find it like a meditative thing, because last year I was like, oh my gosh, ribbing again. And this time I was like, oh, I can't believe I gotta stop now because I gotta see if they fit them. So yeah, so this is going a lot better so far. Hopefully it will continue to go well. And then I'm only working on one other thing, which is in my bag that I made, which I really love this bag. And again, it's a Japanese knot bag just because I like carrying it. So in this one, I have 6 balls of yarn. This is the wool-like yarn from Loops and Thread, which you can find at Michael's. I think it's exclusive to Michael's. And I am using the cool gray. I am also using the golden yellow and navy blue. And they are beautiful. And the reason why I'm using these colors is because my sister-in-law really likes navy blue. That is her favorite color. And I thought the yellow would go well as a contrast for it. And then the gray is the only other color that I had like a full ball of. So that's how the gray came to be. But I am making a scarf for my sister-in-law. I am using a pattern that I bought when my local yarn shop shut down. It's called Anthos cowl, and I'm honestly only using the pattern of the flower because this is a cowl, so it would have been done like a provisional cast on and then closed it together with a Kitchener so that it would be a constant circle, but I don't want to do that. I want it to be an actual scarf. So I did do a provisional cast on, but then I did the 3-needle bind off here to close it, and then I'm going to be working in the round. And I haven't decided if I'm going to do a 5-flower repeat or a 7-flower repeat section, and I'm just going to have stripes in between the flower sections because this does take a little bit more time than just plain knitting. And so I don't want to also feel super pressured into like getting it done. So I've decided that I'm going to finish it by December, and then in December I will send it off to her. And the reason why I decided to make it was because my brother was telling me that my sister-in-law is always trying to take the scarf that I made for him, which, you know, is a good thing and a bad thing, because he's like, no, that's my scarf, and then a good thing because then I have someone else to knit for. So I'm making that for her. And then my brother also mentioned that his 3 boys also really like the scarf, which I guess is kind of a hint, hint, nudge, nudge thing, like if you want to make more. I do want to make all of them in the round because I want them to be nice and thick, because it does get quite cold in Mexico. So that is my plan. I haven't decided if I am going to maybe just do like stripes on one, maybe put a little bit of texture in the other, or what. I haven't decided. I am for sure going to keep using the wool-like yarn because I really like it. I think it's really soft. I've mentioned this before. For a 100% acrylic yarn, I think it is lovely. I do use it because it's also very thin. I do use 2 strands at a time, but it's totally worth it because you get a lot for your buck with this one. You end up getting 670 yards for 100 grams. So you get a lot for your money in this ball. And I don't know how much they are. Usually when I would buy them, they would be like $1 or $2. So for that yardage and that price, like, yeah, I bought a lot of it. I will have to go buy more once I start making the scarves for my nephews. Just because I know I will run out. But I am also excited because my brother's whole family is so knit worthy, so that makes me happy. And then that is all I have to show you of works in progress and things I finished. But I also have some purchases that I made, and I went a little crazy. Just to backtrack right quick, I don't remember if I mentioned what yarn I used for this. Did I mention it? It's Madeline Taj, the neon peach color. I loved it. It was very, very nice to work with, and that is the Twist Light, which is 75% wool and 25% nylon. So it's on the squishy, like it's a little bit thicker than fingering, but lighter than DK, if that makes any sense, or Sport. Yeah, it's on the heavier side of the fingering weight. Anyways, oh, and that one was living in my Ash Love Makes bag. I was telling her that I love her bag so much that I am always using it, and as soon as a project is done, like, I have to find something else to put in there because I just love her bag. So thank you, Ashley. And just in case you didn't know, she sells her bags on Instagram, So I will put a link down below if you are interested in getting some of her bags. They are beautiful. She does beautiful work. Okay, so now to what I bought. I opened up an email and it was from Blueprint, and it said that all of their yarn was, or not all of their yarn, but a lot of their yarn was 70% off. And I was like, what do you mean? Okay, I have to go check it out. So I went to check it out, and it was mostly their striped yarn that was 70% off, but also a couple of others. And I don't think I paid more than $6 for each skein of yarn. I also got free shipping. So I was like, how can I not, right? So I bought some that is just plain wool. It is not superwash. I bought 2 of the slate heather. And this, all of the yarn that I bought is from their own brand, which is the Cloudborn brand. It used to be Craftsy, now it's Blueprint. And then I also bought a purple, like a deep purple, which is called Carmine Heather. And like I said, this is pure wool. So this is going to be something for me, because I am afraid that if I make it as a gift, they won't know, like the person that I give it to won't know how to take care of it and might felt it. So this will be something for me. I don't know what, but it will be for me. And then I bought a couple solids. And the other reason why I bought this yarn is because I've used this yarn for a shawl that I made for my sister. And I really loved how soft the yarn is. This is the scarlet color. And this is actually the one that I used for my sister's shawl. I made her the Dracaris from Sonia of Desmadejada. She has a Spanish podcast, and she has a couple of designs out there on Ravelry. And yeah, so I really, really loved it. And so since it was on sale, I decided to get some. So I got the scarlet color and the Sheila Heather, which is like a taupe color. And then I also got another one, which is the petal, and it's like a soft pink. And this one's caked up because I have plans for it. And then the rest of it is all self-striping yarn. And this is called Toe to Toe. Most of them have purple because I am purple obsessed, as you know. I also got the Own 2 Feet. And the Toe-rific colorway. And these are all 80% superwash wool and 20% polyamide. Polyamide? I don't know how you pronounce that word. And then I also got Footsteps. I can't decide which one's my favorite. Actually, yes, I can. I was just kidding. I will show you that one to you last. And this is the Best Foot Forward. And this one I got because I am hopeful and wishing that my husband is going to like the hand-knitted socks. And so he will ask for more. I really hope he does. So I am ready. And then the last color that I got is Soul Music. And this one's my favorite. It is beautiful. And so these are caked up because I've decided to use them together. I did take a picture of them and put it in grayscale to make sure that they had enough contrast to go together. And I haven't decided on a pattern for sure. I know that I'm going to use those 2 colors. and I am debating between, both of the designs are by Megan Williams, and I bought this when her collection first came out, which I don't know when it was, but I bought the collection of, I think it was four different sets of socks. And yeah, so I'm debating between the Radiant Love socks. So if I were to make these, the green part would be the petal, and then the white would be the stripes. Or the Rise Up socks, which the white would be the petal and the green would be the stripes. So I haven't decided. Please let me know which one you think I should make. It will be one. You can put it down on the comments below. Or two. I feel like an eye doctor. One or two. So leave your comments. Let me know what your input is. I greatly appreciate it. That is all I have for this episode. I am in search of a sweater that has an open front, because I love wearing sweaters, but they have to be open. I feel suffocated if I wear the full pullovers. Yeah, they're just not for me. I can do a hoodie, but if it's not a hoodie, then I just don't feel comfortable in it. So because I do want to knit a sweater for myself, so I am looking through Ravelry to see if I find one that I like. And like I said, I will also be making scarves for the nephews, and I hope to finish the one for my sister-in-law. But yeah, thank you so much for you guys coming and seeing my videos whenever you get a chance. I really appreciate it. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the little thumbs up, and when you subscribe, hit the bell so you guys know when I put up a video, since I don't put them up very often. Yeah, I hope you guys have a good weekend. Today is Friday. We have a little song we sing every Friday just to pump ourselves up for the weekend. So I hope you guys are pumped for the weekend, and if you're not pumped, I hope you have a relaxing weekend, because I love those weekends. And yeah, I will see you guys in episode 40. Yay! And take care. Hasta la próxima.